Sitting down at the 10, 25-cent table. Poker Stars. Sat down with 10 bucks. It's going pretty smoothly so far. Nice call. I was hoping he was on a speed draw there. Hopefully I could use that to my advantage next time. Try to engineer a situation where I could get him to call or raise when it's advantageous to me, as long as he stays at the table. That was nice. So I make these videos basically looking for sponsorships, endorsements, and donations. My PayPal email address is christianerikarnemeyer@gmail.com. Good luck me. He's gonna hit the deuce. On this other website, I flopped. Got a pair of fives. I flopped the set. The guy, it somehow went all in. I forget exactly how. He had a pair of threes, flopped the set. He hit a four of a kind on the river. Busted me. So I'm glad it didn't happen again. Nice call. Oh, he had the queen. I put him on a weak hand. I put him on the 8. But he hit the queen, the double pair. 2 pair. Everybody's playing pretty solid at the table here. Nice. Potential royal flush draw. Okay, I don't like that turn card here. I think he either had the flush or the full house here. I think he was trying to trap. Is Missing Agnew trying to steal this pot? 9-4. I couldn't really, I guess I could have made a play, but he had position over me, so. Every once in a while, you do have to defend your big blind versus early position raises, because people don't expect it to bluff from first position too often, so it works occasionally. But it's risky because you have a lot of people that act after you. But in tournaments, especially late in a tournament, it's a pretty successful strategy if you camouflage it. You can't do it all the time, but you can probably do it at least once. If you do it, try it several times, you're going to get caught. But if you do it once, randomly, then it's likely to go through. Especially if you have a good table image at that moment. If you show a bluff, if you just get caught bluffing, then it's not going to work. But if you just show a really strong hand, you've been showing really strong hands when every time the cards are shown, then you get more credibility, so it's more likely that the bluff will go through. Nice call. That sucks though, my Queen King versus his King Jack. Always sucks when you lose when you haven't dominated. So for this video, I won with 2-9, 2-3. Lost with King Queen suited. It's pretty much how it goes. The hands that should pay me off don't pay me off, and I end up winning a whole bunch of little pots and earning a bunch, and then lose. I'll get pocket aces probably at some point, and I'll lose to like some obscure hand. I'll put them in a bad situation, or her in a bad situation, and they'll get lucky. It'll be something. I'll end up losing all this money in a situation where I'll have a flush, lose to a full house, something big, almost guaranteed, because it happens every single time I play. I dominate and then get unlucky. That's how come I know it's rigged, because it's happening for years. Started playing poker online again, and within a week I won a tournament. It was like 1,400 players. I won a dollar tournament, and I won something like $387, and I thought to myself, wow, this was almost too easy. I didn't think it'd be that easy, and then I never won a tournament after that. That big. And then they changed the rules in my country where changed the rules in my country, so I'm only able to play against other Canadians, so the tournaments aren't as big, which sucks. Like this tournament, well, this isn't a tournament, but if I play a $30 tournament, there might be 60 players, which sucks. If I play a $30 tournament, I want to be playing against thousands of players so I can make thousands of dollars if I get lucky. And I'm only competing against people in Ontario, so it's when you play. Before, I would be competing against people in the world, so you become a better player. Now I'm only competing against people in Ontario, so it's the talent pool isn't as much, which sucks. Because on this site, PokerStars, I pretty much would never cash out my money. Maybe rarely, because the tournaments are so small. Maybe if I had several $1,000s, I would cash out, but it's really not worth it, because like there's $30 tournaments and $50 tournaments, and the first place isn't even that much. You would have to win it probably like several times a week just to make several $1,000s a week on PokerStars. Whereas when you compete against the world, a $30 tournament, you could end up with thousands of dollars. I love tournaments, but I prefer cash, because you could always leave the table. Something comes up in a cash game, you could just leave. People stop by your house. You could just stop playing, and tournament, you're kind of locked down for many hours. That worked out. I thought I was going to lose to ace-10. What's G-Rock doing? I think G-Rock might be making a play. Okay, it appears he is. So I think this guy has the 3. No. Whenever you're suspicious, either if you think he's bluffing, raise. And you gotta it depends on your stack situation. Sometimes go all in, because you can't outplay an all-in move. That's the beauty about going all in Texas Hold'em. There's no counter move. All you could do is call. Whereas if you raise, you could always be re-raised. But at the same time, why risk it all if you could achieve the same information risking less? So it depends on the situation. Don't get me wrong, I do go all in, but when the situation calls for it. Nice hand. I like to play lots of pots. I don't believe this guy. I'm almost certain he doesn't have the jack, depending on this bet right here. I'm a little suspicious that he has the jack now. I'm just gonna check if he raised there. If he bet. Because I knew I had no chance winning basically with by not betting. He had the 10. $4 bet, nice bet. Go all in, go all in, all in, all in. Who has aces? That was nice. Obviously, I was glad I didn't get called. Usually when I make that play, I have it. When you bluff, you gotta usually have it. Okay, what's this guy doing? I have position on him, so I'm gonna call. If the king didn't come, I would have jammed on him there. Because I thought I had it, but the king kind of made me afraid of straight. Thought I got rivered. I'm probably gonna lose this pot, that's why I'm raising. Trying to get a fold pre-flop. Nice bet. Call. I can't call because even though I probably had the best hand pre-flop and I may win with the remaining 2 cards, but it's a $12 bet, so it's not worth it. It would have been great if you showed me the bluff. It would have sucked, but it would have been a great play if you showed me the bluff. So I had to show him the 7 deuce there, so hopefully I get a call next time when it's advantageous to. I had to show him just in case he bluffed me the hand before. I want to see one more card. I think I got rivered. Good thing I seen that one card. I don't normally chase gut shots because you only have 4 outs, so it's not advantageous for you. But every once in a while they do hit, so you have to call. Just like I don't believe this guy has either the queen or the jack. Oh, you had the king. So I was right. He just happened to have pocket kings, but I knew he didn't have the king or the jack, or the queen or the jack. So that's the terrible thing about having pretty good poker instinct is you could put them on some hands, but sometimes you can't put them on a bigger hand. Because I anticipated him making that play, going all in on the turn. That's the only reason why I called. That's why I snap called him. Usually the early position re-raise, they have it, so I'm fold. I have no draw. It's a scary situation, this board here. You can't really play it too confidently, but at the same time you can't let cards come for cheap, because you could get outdrawn. So you could be trying to trap me here, so I'm just gonna check. Even though I thought I had a pretty good chance that I had the winner there. In poker, when you get greedy, you get punished. So it's there's a fine line. You got to maximize your profit potential without getting greedy. Because there's artificial intelligence software that monitors how you play. So if you play your hands the same way all the time, you're gonna lose certain situations. Engineered. So you always gotta switch up. Because the poker companies, they have they try to engineer train wrecks, hands where there's lots of action, because they make more money that way. This is a pretty juicy pot. Oh, you had the 9. Nice. I was pretending to have the 9. Hoping he thought I had a full house, basically, because I thought he might have a flush. Every once, you got to try to steal flushes away from people. You got to try to make them fold some big, strong hands. Like the higher, like at a lower limit table, you can't really do it that often because the players are weak. So they don't realize, they don't smell smoke. So they always get burnt by fire. I was hoping to get lucky. I didn't get lucky, so I have to fold, basically. Unless it depends on his bet. If he would have bet a buck or two, I probably would have called there, because it would have looked like he was stealing the pot. That was an action killer. That 8 sucked. It would have been ideal if he would have hit a card. If he had aces or ace king or something like that, if he would have made the ace, I probably would have would have busted on that pot. Nice bet. Oh, he's sitting out. That's the guy I showed the 70s bluff to, so. Well, I'm about to lose Wi-Fi here, so I better turn it off. Back-to-back bluffs that I called against him, that should hurt his pride a bit. Why is it making me sit out, PokerStars? Okay, this guy's likely to make a play again. He's pretty aggressive. And he has position on me, so hopefully I should be able to trap him. I just got to get lucky with a curveball hand, a hand that he doesn't expect. $4 bet. So he got lucky with the curveball hand. He's definitely the most dynamic at the table though, so that's fun. My goal is to bust Rick. I was worried about the queen. He's just getting lucky because I know he's making a play. I had him pegged 4 hands now. But it's interesting. I'm probably gonna lose this hand. Oh. You gotta pretty much always call Rick. He's a chronic bluffer, but he could have it this time. But you know he's gonna be playing bad cards. But he has position on me, so it makes it harder. If he was to my right, I'd be able to trap him a lot more. But he's to my left. $10-7. You gotta sneak in there with 10-7 though every once in a while. It sucked since I lost to it, but it's a nice curveball hand to play every once in a while. When you hit, you usually do all right. Sometimes when you hit though, you get hammered. He's likely to bet. I had a feeling I got riveted, that's why I didn't raise him. An extra large dark roast double. Yeah, well, I'm doing all right. Doing all right.
Pennies or something higher? Pennies?
Pretty much.
Pretty much, yeah. Is it for money? You want a fake card or just fun?
Real money.
Real money, yeah. Poker stars away. Named it something different.
Yeah. E6 beats my ace king. I had a feeling I was gonna lose. That's why I didn't play more aggressively. Because Poker Stars is pretty predictable. I'm trending downwards right now. Big hands are falling through, so and unfortunately, Rick is to my left, and he's kind of a calling station, and he's getting lucky. So it limits how much I could bluff. So I'm kind of handcuffed when he's calling with Queen 7 and he's hitting, and other guys are hitting with 10-7. And then when it gets compounded, when you start losing, when you get ace king, and all I could do is try to adapt to my table image. Yeah, I don't believe you, buddy. I'm calling with queen eye. But when this happens, right now I'm kind of getting tunnel vision against Rick, so I gotta start focusing on the other players. If not, I'm gonna get sucker punched by one of them. This guy's the one I was worried about this pot. I think he had a good hand. So far the highlight of the video has been the $8 bluff with 7 deuce. You gotta make those plays occasionally. You can't do it too often, then you get predictable, but you gotta make some strong plays when you have nothing. At first you can't because you're not confident as a player, but Because when you watch the pros on TV, you always see them play in big hands. You don't really see them playing the in-between hands. When you don't have the ace king, he's likely to get lucky again. Guaranteed he beats me this hand. And when I had him dominated. This is how predictable PokerStars is. I had him dominated ace king versus his ace 6, and now my ace 10 versus his queen 10. I would leave and go to a different table, but I'm unlikely to sit down again. Yeah, I guess I might as well. There's only 17 players, so I'll go up in stakes. I put 20 bucks on today. Oh yeah, see, this is what I meant. It's unlikely for me to find a game. I should have sat down at that other table, stayed at the other table, but trending down. See, okay, it's making me sit down. Hopefully. If I was in a tournament right now, I would know I'd be playing to win still. I'd be grinding it out, but I would know that I'm likely to lose because usually happens in a tournament. Sometimes I don't. I've never went coast to coast, but usually in a tournament, after about a half hour online, real money, play money, I'm usually in the top 10 or first. Sometimes I peak first too soon. If I within the first hour, if I hit first place out of say 500 players, then unlikely usually means I got lots of bounties. But normally I don't finish in the money if I peak too soon. And sometimes I finish really deep in the money though. I've never went coast to coast though. Within a half hour, I've never led the tournament, led it consistently. I've made it, say I might peak to first, and then I might drop down to 18th, climb back up to 5th, get dropped down to 40th. This is the card I was waiting for. Nice call. I was worried about the flush. If not, I would have put them all in. But I didn't want to get greedy. Part of the reason why I know it's rigged is I almost never have the nuts where I'm certain where I could get all their chips. And when I do have the nuts, usually it's a small pot. Like when I flopped the straight, and then on the turn the 8 came, killed my action. That's usually what happens to me. You can watch all my videos and you'll see the same pattern. Doesn't matter what site I play on, I lose big pots when I'm an overwhelming favorite, and win small pots when I have big hands. I did an IQ test when I was like 13. I scored off the charts in pattern recognition, so makes me good at poker, stocks, innovating products, and so in my mind, I'm able to go back several years and see these patterns consistently, and PokerStars has a hand history. So I'm just waiting for artificial intelligence to get more sophisticated. Then I'm gonna go get my hand history, and I'm gonna prove that it's been rigged against me for years. I'm overdue, like for several 100,000 hands. I'm overdue to go on an incredible lucky streak because it's so rigged against me, and I'm gonna be able to prove this. Okay, what do you got there? So Rick is still at the table, but he's now to my right, which is a little better. I have position over him most times. Because he's the most dynamic player at the table, so he's the one I have to worry the most against. Unless you're a really good player, if you see me, I'm not trying to be cocky, but I'm unpredictable. I know artificial intelligence is being used against me, so I'm constantly switching up my game. If you see how I play, I win with 7 deuce, 2-8, well 2-9. It was this video, 2-3. I win these unlikely scenarios. I'm aggressive. I know when to put on the brakes. So avoid me and play against other weaker players. It's in your best interest to. I like the challenge, so Rick is the most dynamic player, so I'm trying to play as many pots against him. But strategy-wise, it's the worst strategy. He's the most dynamic player. I should be avoiding him as much as possible. I should be picking on the weaker opponents. But I try to get better, so I try to bust the best player at the table, basically. That's my goal, is to double up through them and break their will. To get better. So if you want to get better, play hard against me. But if you don't want to lose your money, avoid me. Okay, Rick, I'm not believing this. But there's other players, so if the other players calls them, I'm going to be suspicious of them. Oh, she has it. But I pretty much have to put them all in because I have no other play. I knew he had it, but though I had no option there. I should have. I was hoping he would fold a weak 3 of a kind, which he had, but he didn't. And I knew it too. I wasn't worried really about Rick because I thought he's making a play. Usually I'm pretty accurate. Normally I don't make that move because I identify that the one guy's making a play, But it's usually the other players in the pot that end up beating me. So I'm getting better at avoiding that situation. Because usually I'm right. The guy's making the play. But it's usually the other guy that gets me. I kind of get blinders on. I'm focused on one player. And then kind of get sucker punched by the guy that comes around the back, basically. Had a feeling that was an action killer. Or that I got rivered. I think Adrian has it. Depends on their bet. I think they got the 5. But unfortunately I didn't get lucky there. He only had the 6, so I probably could have got away with the bet. Probably could have stole that pot away from him. So I'm just gonna go to the lobby here. It's kind of early in the morning, so there might not be any tournaments. $18. Okay, so I guess I better. I only got $10, so I better leave. Yeah, I love the challenge of tournaments. Hopefully, it won't be too much. So hopefully the prize is lots. But it's pretty rigged because I'm really good at getting bounties, and every time I play in a $20, $30 bounty tournament, I get very few bounties. I get really unlucky. I'll have them ensnared. Like I'll have ace king, and they'll have king 3. I'll make top pair on the flop. I'll get them to go all in. They'll hit the 3 on the river. I miss out on the bounty, get crippled, get knocked out. every single time. I might have got maybe 2 bounties in these $30 tournaments, but in other tournaments where there's hundreds of players, I get 17 bounties, 20 bounties in these cheap tournaments. But every single time in a $30, because the bounty in the $30 tournament is $7.50, so every single time I get denied. It's like a slam dunk that gets denied at the rim every single time. Anyways, hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you Google computer-assisted telepathy YouTube, watch this video here. Basically, people are able to influence yes-no decisions remotely by hacking your brain. We're made up of water. Water conducts electricity, so therefore you can be hacked. You should know this if you've ever been shocked before. So if you look at this picture here, it's a pattern, basically different biosensors that could be implanted in your body, and you could see what your vision's doing, hear what your hearing's doing, what your blood pressure's doing, glucose, see what your heart's doing, and what your brain waves are doing. So they're able to interpret your thoughts, see your thoughts, and it could all be viewed over a cell phone. And if you look at the cell phone, it's an older technology. So nowadays, it's nanotechnology, so you don't need biosensors implanted in your body. It's absorbed through your skin. We breathe it in, we eat it, we drink it. And the government's been influencing your thoughts, your entire life. You could take action by going to www.change.org/technology, read the petition, watch the videos, make an informed decision. Sign it, share it on social media, contribute a few bucks to get it on the agenda in your country, so a government task force could acknowledge this, and a civilian and military oversight committee could be set up to keep Big Brother in check. Because you could deny the consequences of reality, but you can't, or you could deny reality, but you can't deny the consequences of denying that reality, basically. Like, this is technically possible. We're vulnerable. Our thoughts aren't private. The only way, if you believe, when you pray to God in your head, that you're praying to God, but somebody behind the computer is listening to your thoughts. And it could be your neighbor, it could be somebody at the local coffee shop. People could listen to your thoughts. So we need a government task force to be set up so we could privatize our thoughts. We need a software company to protect our thoughts. We're that vulnerable. It's just a matter of time before this becomes public knowledge. So anyways, thanks for watching and have a great day.